A gunman fatally shot an 11-year-old boy and wounded another man before turning the gun on himself inside a Broward County 7-Eleven store in an apparent random attack. I will let you know that this tragic incident happened just over a week ago. I've been a little bit slow in making the video, apologies. Broward County Sheriff's Deputy said Darren Rosenthal, 29 years of age, shot a man sitting inside a van parked outside of the convenience store in Dania Beach. This happened at around 11 p.m. Thursday, I believe the 4th of May. Information about the man who was shot and wounded was not immediately released. The shooter then went inside the store and killed Saeed Nabir Ali, who had gone to the store to buy ice cream. Saeed Nabir Ali was 11 years of age. Tragically, he died on the scene. The gunman then took his own life. Here's a quote from Saeed Nabir Ali's brother. "It just breaks my heart to know that I was there with him when it happened and I couldn't do anything. I hope in that moment he wasn't mad at me. Nabir was looking at me, looking for a response to save him. When I saw him, he was already on the ground. I lost my 11-year-old brother right in front of me. What's next?" So I'm going to say at this point, of course, full condolences to all family and friends of the victim. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Saeed Nabir Ali, 11 years of age, shot and killed whilst at the local 7-Eleven store for no reason at all other than the scumbag shooter had murderous intent. Darren Rosenthal, 29 years of age. So that scumbag shot a man who was outside in a van minding his own business, shot him. We're not told about his status, or rather, I went through this article just over a week ago. I've been slow to make the video, apologies. At that point in time, we weren't told about that man's condition. Hopefully he survived. Hopefully he's able to recover from whatever injuries he sustained. Then the scumbag, Darren Rosenthal, walked into the 7-Eleven, and it beggars belief. We cannot comprehend why the F this evil scumbag would decide to shoot an 11-year-old boy. His brother was there. His brother witnessed the shooting. His brother watched Saeed Nabir Ali die. It seems that the brother is wrapped with guilt. I think there's a psychological term, survivor's guilt, survivor's complex or such. The brother, 20 years of age, Saeed Talal Ali, seems to be criticizing himself for not being able to help Nabir. And I hope the 20-year-old brother, Talal Ali, does come to realize, perhaps with the aid of therapy, I hope that he does come to realize that he is not to blame in any way, shape or form for the loss of the life of his brother. The 20-year-old brother, Talal Ali, did not have an opportunity to do anything. Sadly, he was a witness and he was also a victim. He was under threat of being shot himself. He wasn't in a position to help, and with that, I hope the brother is able to come to terms with the loss of Nabir and realize that he's gone through an incredibly awful trauma by not only losing his brother, but by witnessing his horrific death. And I hope he does come to realize that he is in no way to blame and shouldn't be overly questioning himself. He does need to go to a psychologist, a therapist, to be able to process this awful trauma, because we would not want to see the 20-year-old brother live a life racked in inappropriate guilt. So thoughts and prayers, of course, to Nabir's full family and friends, his schoolmates, his teachers, his neighbors, but perhaps mostly his brother who was there at the time. Back to the article. An employee of the convenience store said that he saw it all happen. He said a man shot a man sitting in his car in the parking lot before going into the store. Here's a quote from the convenience store worker. "He just walked in and started shooting. He opened the door and started shooting. The first one he shot was chilling in his car, minding his business, and pow, shot him in the neck. The man then went into the store. He killed a boy and just killed himself. He shot a customer and the kid just wanted to buy ice cream. That's all he was doing." Can you imagine that? An 11-year-old boy going to the shops with his brother to get some ice cream, spend some time with his brother, who I'm sure loved each other very much, and for no reason other than there's a psychopath on the prowl, he gets his life taken away from him in brutal fashion. And of course, we've got to say full condolences to the family and friends of the other shooting victim, who hopefully has survived, the man in the car or in the van who was shot in the neck. We're told that investigators are trying to determine what led to the shooting. Here's a bit of a clue. The shooter, Darren Rosenthal, had several misdemeanor drug and alcohol related arrests about 8 years ago. So my take on that is that this scumbag shooter was a criminal around 8 years ago and then perhaps cleaned up his act. I've never been arrested. I've never been an out and out criminal. So I don't really know how it works, but I would guess that if you are regularly getting arrested at a certain point in time, and if that was largely due to drug and alcohol alcohol use, then I would imagine that those arrests would continue. The criminal behavior would continue unless incarcerated, perhaps that's what happened, or unless the criminal cleans up their act, becomes sober, etc. So perhaps this guy slipped back into drug and or alcohol use. But either way, that's kind of irrelevant to some degree at least. It doesn't matter if he was sober or not. Either way, the shooter is an absolute POS evil scumbag. And I'm just glad that he got one thing right, if I'm allowed to say. I perhaps won't spell it out entirely because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. But I'm not overly disappointed that he took his own life. I'm not overly disappointed. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, which again, apologies for being late. It's an important subject. It's a very touching subject, particularly from the point of view that the brother was there and witnessed, and he's having to go through this trauma, and of course the loss of life of an 11-year-old boy. So apologies for going through this article late. I'm gonna do what I can just to try to be on top of the articles that I go over, do them a little bit quicker to the time that they occur, the incidences occur, or rather closer to the time that the article is published. If you're happy to support me by joining my memberships, that would be great. But either way, thank you very much for your time and take care.